Simpson, I want a full report immediately, damn it. Ha! Well, it's about time you showed up.
I see you've heard the news. Temper, temper. Now, you didn't really think I was going to let you go on stealing from the foundation and not do anything about it.
What the hell are you going on about?
You no longer have access to the foundation's funds. And I was able to cover the Lanthorpe donation that you lost from me. Not only that, I got double what he was originally going to give me.
Business is the farthest thought from my mind at this moment.
Try not to be a sore loser. You may have won a battle, but face it, I'm winning the war, and I've just begun to fight.
Don't you have any heart at all?
When it comes to you? No. I'm gonna go upstairs to check on the boys.
You don't know what's happened, do you?
To one of the boys?
No, to Tad and Dixie. They've postponed the wedding.
Why?
Because Tuggle has resurfaced. And Tad went after him, alone.
And then what happened?
Your incompetent boyfriend dropped the ball. That's what happened. Now Tad's in danger, and Dylan can't find him. If anything happens to Tad, Trevor is going to have one hell of a lot to answer for.
Trevor's Tad all right?
Dixie, sit down.
Please tell us what you know.
This waiting is intolerable.
You know we've been searching the river.
You found him?
No, we haven't.
Well, that's good news. I mean, that means that he made it to shore somewhere.
Trevor, is that what you think? Is that what you think happened?
Dixie.
Come on, Trevor, he's all right, isn't he? Please.
Dixie, I'm sorry.
Why?
The rescue teams are still out there looking for him, aren't they?
Of course they are.
We had to call the men in.
What?
Well, I mean, why? Okay, it's dark out there, but they got flashlights. I mean...
Isn't there some way you could have kept going?
It wasn't the dark.
No, of course not. It's money.
Money?
Yes. The police department won't pay for round-the-clock search, but I will.
It's not the money.
You just keep the men and that equipment out there looking for him. I'll foot the bill.
Palmer, let Trevor explain himself.
Come on, is there something new to report since what we heard last?
We know that Tad found Billy Clyde near a railroad yard.
And that there was some kind of an explosion.
From a bomb that Billy Clyde made, right?
Yes. And when the bomb went off, the force of the explosion threw Tad and Tuggle over the side of the bridge. Tuggle was found immediately. Dead. His body is in the morgue.
If Tad, I mean, if anything happened to him, like happened to Billy, I mean, you would have found him by now, wouldn't you?
But they fell at the same time, didn't they?
Yeah, that's true, but it's not that simple.
Did you at least see my brother fall into the river?
Jeremy and I saw them fall from a distance. Tad was chasing Tuggle out onto the bridge. We got there before he chased him onto the Lockport Bridge. We could have gotten there sooner, but we lost contact with Tad before he could give us an exact location.
How did that happen?
Tuggle must have jumped Tad. As near as I can figure it, he locked Tad in this shack, and that's where Tuggle set the bomb to go off.
But Tad got out before the explosion, didn't he?
Of course he did, sweetness, and let me tell you, a swimmer as strong as Tad, it would be a piece of cake for him.
It's got nothing to do with Tad being a strong swimmer. Jeremy and I got there after Tad had broken out of the shack and chased Tuggle onto the bridge.
Did you say the Lockport Bridge?
But you know it?
It It spans the river at a point they call the Witch's Cauldron.
Joe?
Tuggle didn't die by drowning. The fall broke his neck.
Well, it does not mean that Ted did not survive the fall.
Dixie, even if he survived the fall, I saw him go under. I saw him go down. The current there is so strong, and it took him so fast.
No, look, it just means that maybe he could have been washed up somewhere down the river. I mean, that just means that you should start the search again somewhere further away.
Look, I know it's very hard to hear this, but there's no way that Tad could have survived.
Yes, there is. You cannot stop looking for him.
Dixie, sweetheart, listen to what Trevor's trying to tell you.
Dixie, Tad is dead.
No, he's not.
I'm sorry.
Ted is not dead. He's been in trouble before. He will be again, and he always comes back to me. Ted is not dead.
No, it's impossible. There has to be some mistake. You've got to tell them that they can't stop searching.
Absolutely right. Ted is still alive. I know it. I can feel it. He
I
is.
wish it were so, Dix.
Well, how do you know that it's not? I mean, maybe he's injured and he's wandering around out there.
You didn't find Ted's body. You found Billy Clyde. If Ted were dead, you would have found his body, too.
Trevor, there's no chance. When Tuggle's body was thrown from the bridge, it was thrown right next to shore. Tad's wasn't. The divers searched downriver as far as they dare without endangering their own lives. Tad survived, and they're sure about this. He could not have survived the turbulence of the river.
Why? Why are they giving up without even finding a sign of Tad? I don't understand.
Trevor, if there was something tangible, some sort of proof, maybe we could accept this.
Ruth, believe me, if there was any chance of anything resurfacing, what happens in the Sycamore River at this point, that there are three currents that come together and form an undertow. It goes for miles. If there was any chance of anything resurfacing, we never would have brought the men back in.
Oh, horse feathers. We're just wasting our time sitting around here talking.
That's absolutely right. You know what we should be doing? We should be going out there and looking for him.
No,
Here, let go of me, Will. If you're just going to give up, you can just leave, all right? I do not need any more people against me.
I'm not against you.
Dixie, nobody's against you. You want Tad back. We all want him back. We have to try to accept what Trevor's telling us, hard as that is.
No. He is coming back to me. He's coming back. He would not leave me on the day that we're going to get married, not today. Promise me. He promised me. We just have to have faith. Ruth, right. You know that he promised me he would not break a promise to me.
Darling, none of me could help it.
Don't you give up. Don't you give up. I'm going to stand right here in my wedding dress and wait for him. You're not going to take this away from me. Not our happiness. We're going to be together today. You're not going to take it away from me.
Wishing you peace and joy.
And lots of hugs and kisses.
Season's greetings from General Hospital.
All the season's best from ABC.
The love of your life has really screwed up this time. Tuggle is a maniac and a psychopath, and he leaves bringing him in to a civilian.
Shut up. Trevor would never do anything to jeopardize Tad.
Earlier today, 2 men fell from the Lockport Bridge. Only one body has been recovered, that of Billy Clyde Tuggle, a man hunted by police for some months now, wanted on charges of kidnap and murder.
What the hell happened to Martin?
The other man, a local private investigator, Tad Martin, has not been found and he is presumed dead.
That can't
Police in charge of the search and rescue team that has been diving into the icy water since this afternoon reported there is no possibility that Martin...
Well, we can thank Dylan for that.
Can't you let go of your hatred for him, even in a time like this?
Joe and Ruth have lost their son. Dixie and Adam Jr. have lost all hope of ever becoming a family, and all because one cop wasn't willing to take the same risks that Tad was.
Adam, please.
Face it, your lover is responsible for his death just as surely as if he'd taken a gun to his head.
Oh, shut up! That's enough. I'm sure Trevor's devastated by what's happened to Tad.
I can't believe that you're actually defending him.
Trevor loved Tad like a brother. Now, don't you think he would have done everything he could to save him?
No. What I think is Trevor only has himself and his own selfish interests in his mind.
You would. You know that? You would, because that's the only way you know how to love. You never cared about anyone except yourself.
Fine. Where the hell do you think you're going?
Trevor, have something.
God, I should have been there. If I was there, he'd be alive right now.
You don't know that.
Don't do this to yourself, Joey.
What am I gonna do? He's my brother.
Come here.
Oh, God, he's my brother.
I know, and I'm sorry. It was my father that did this to you and to your family. I'm sorry.
How am I gonna get through this?
I don't know.
I need you.
Come on, Shelley. I'm here. I am here for you through this whole thing, I promise you.
Thank you. I gotta stop. I gotta be there for my mom and dad. Anytime the two of you want to go back to the house, I'll be happy to give you a ride.
I can't. I can't leave Dixie, not yet.
Thank you, Charlie.
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Berniger. Please forgive me for interrupting. Dr. Martin, Mrs. Martin, you have my deepest sympathy.
We know you did everything you could.
Why are you here, Lieutenant?
The last diver who reported in brought this to me. He found it caught in the rocks on the bottom of the river.
Bottom of the river?
I thought you'd want to have it.
It's my wedding ring. He had it engraved. The M and TM. Together forever.
Trevor, I need to talk to you.
Sure. I saw him put that ring in his pocket. He's joking around. He's always joking around.
Oh, God. Why? Why, Tad?
Isn't that why he's coming back?
No.
Melanie, go with her.
Joe, is there anything I can do?
Not now, Trevor. I'd call you perhaps in the morning. A little hard to take in.
Anytime. I just wish we could have prevented what happened.
You did everything you could. We know that.
I think we should give him some time alone.
Yeah.
Trevor. How about you? Are you okay?
I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him bad.
Opal, now talk to me. It's not good to keep your feelings all bottled up.
Palmer, if Ted was truly dead, I would be crying buckets right now. But he is not, and I know that.
Opal.
I don't give two hoots in hell what the official report is. My Ted is not dead, okay? He's not dead. Now, God already took my little girl. But he would not take my Jenny and then take my Ted, too. I know that. I know, and nobody can convince me otherwise that God would ever do that.
I have to stop this. I'm sorry.
Look, there's nothing to be sorry about.
Listen, thank you for everything. I'm okay, really.
You look a little pale to me.
It'll pass.
Look, why don't I give Angie a call? I can drop you by the hospital.
No. Don't worry, okay, please.
Brooke, I think you should see a doctor. Look, Chuck could probably stop by the house.
I don't need to see a doctor, really.
Will you let me drive you home?
Yes. Okay, you can drive me home. I don't want to see anybody.
I'll take care of it.
I came as soon as I heard.
Isn't a good time.
I want to help.
Look, I'll call you if there's anything you can do.
Brooke, I've been thinking about what you said about Tad the other day, about the love you had for him. We never exactly hit it off too well, but I came to respect him and to envy him. I understand why you felt about him the way you did. He was a fine man.
He was.
I just wanted you to know how I felt.
Thank you for telling me.
Doesn't get any tougher than today.
You'll feel better after you get some sleep.
Sleep? Who could sleep?
Trevor.
Natalie.
I'm so sorry. I heard. I hope it's all right that I came.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right. I need you now more than ever.
I know how close you and Tad were.
Stand back.
What's wrong?
You scum. I'm gonna break you.
Touch me! Touch you! Hell, I'll kill you!
Wait, what's going on?
Hey, that's personal property.
Yeah, well, it's confiscated, pal.
Who is this guy?
He's a detective. Slander against the name of detective.
I'll bring you up on charges.
Oh, you're gonna threaten me?
Is this what you wanted?
Yeah.
You're right, it's confiscated.
You're not gonna get away with this. That's destruction of personal property.
This clown the door, will you?
Give me that camera.
Open your mouth wide, pal. I'll stuff it down your throat.
You can pick it up from the desk, Sergeant. Put this guy in a holding cell. He's getting on my nerves.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I'll
Look.
speak to you in a minute.
I know my rights.
Yeah, get him
I
out
got a
of
phone
here.
call. Call Chandler. Call Adam.
Why don't you two use my office? It's like a fishbowl out
Yeah,
here.
yeah, thanks. That creep shouldn't be walking on the face of the earth.
Trevor, talk to me about Tad.
Tad's dead. There's nothing to talk about.
Did you see him fall? Tell me.
When Jeremy and I got there, Tad was fighting Tuggle right to the end. And the explosives went off and they just fell off the bridge. Jeremy and I ran to them. I just thought they'd resurface. I thought we'd be pulling them out. I kept playing it over and over in my mind. While he was falling, while we were running to him. The distance between the bridge and the water. The strength of the current. The trip to the hospital. Trip to the hospital, it never happened. Why couldn't it have just happened the way it happened in my head?
Trevor.
He was my friend. And I failed him.
No, you did everything you could. That's not failure.
Oh, if I just known where Tuggle took him, a few minutes sooner, we would have meant the difference between his living and dying. He was counting on me. He was counting on me, and I wasn't there.
If you and Tad hadn't been so close, if he had been a stranger, would you still be blaming yourself for the way you handled the case?
Maybe not.
Tad would be the first one to tell you there's no blame.
He would, wouldn't he? He was something else. I'm gonna miss him. I miss him bad.